Hello again, people, and welcome to yet another edition of the Thief Gold Fan Mission IM Mode playthrough. I'm your host, Deathstalker, and today we'll be checking out a level called Default. I tried doing this one time before, but I actually realized something about when I did the DromEd playthrough. Because this level is going to be actually in the standard game instead of DromEd. Um, the resolution changed automatically. I don't know why it changed automatically, but it is a fact for the matter that it did. And why that was serious was when I actually started playing the game, all you really got was a weird zoomed in look. It did not look pretty, it was not convenient. So, all that aside, we'll actually start playing the game in a second. I just wanted to tell you that this level was made by Tells and that it was made on May 12th of 1999. Now that year, what was it? That date is kind of debatable because this is also has in the same README. Actually, has two dates in the README saying June 17th of 1999. This one conveniently says the original date of release was May 12th. This is probably just a re-release of it, like an updated version, or maybe just an updated version document. But in any event, it was originally released on May 12th, 1999. And also of importance is that the fact that we have contradictory dates at times. Really, that's what it kind of comes down to, is the fact of the matter is, there's no easy way to say, I'm going to take a chronological look at it and have the exact right chronological route. What most people do that are doing this, such as Netisledum, the Master Foundry, or myself, we're basically doing various sites or whatnot. They're basically following it in the order that the sites are given us, or we're trying to get as close to README files as we can, or various other ways. But there's no real defined way to tell us what the exact order is. So it kind of comes down to personal preference or whatnot. Most people use the COMAG route. I'm, doing my own different way because I feel COMAG is missing a lot of sources. So I'm going to be bouncing around my own different ways. I kind of use like a weird hybrid of different things altogether. But in the end result, it should hopefully work. I think my main one's going to be like Nitrich, it's called, I think. But yeah, it should be easy enough to follow along, if you use something like that. But that one doesn't really have a nice defined list like, Comag does. Instead, you have to kind of hunt around to try and figure out which one is the next one you're playing with. So with that, and in regard to like certain sequels, certain things I know probably belong in certain places, I'm going to be bouncing around a little bit. So do understand that it's kind of due to the fact that we have no real set defined order. We're just going to be playing these when we play these, and yeah, it'll be chronological, but kind of bounce around. I have a set order, but my set order might be different from someone else's, and maybe I might be missing one from my set order. At which time I would hopefully ask that someone tells me so that way I can go back and play it. Anyway, this one is default, and basically it is a small sample default map. It's what it says on the tin. It's a simple, basic map. You can use this as a base to build other levels. That's exactly its kind of idea. Is that it's basically a template, if you will, for other levels that are made later. It already has a patrol route, a starting point, which is where you basically spawn into the map, and the patrol route's what a guard uses to walk around. Some light effects. There, in particular, there's actually a guard with a lantern. That this is actually the first time they've ever had like a guard with a lantern. Um, it's quite a unique feature to this level at this time. So it's quite exciting to be able to check out to see a guard walk around with a lantern or any type of portable light instead of just a regular guard. So that's exciting. Something different that stands out. Already we're two levels in and we're already getting unique little features. And two objectives as well as a sample map page. The map page will have nothing to do with the um, level, and the objective can't be checked off. Plus, there's also, it says two objectives. There's actually only one objective, so I don't know what they're talking about. Um, there's also a certain script that's used in this map that was actually the default script. That it's just saying that basically you can actually play this mission without having to use DromEd, and it actually is already fully like built like the original, like the regular game. You can actually play this in hardware mode with the nice fluid things seen in the regular game. So, beyond the whole addition of a map, we don't really have much of anything. There's some multi-language support, but there's not much to translate anyway. Um, Beyond that, it was built in 15 hours, and there's a few bugs, such as the room to exit the level, the welcome room, Go Extend game is not implemented. At this point, a lot of these early maps are not going to have ways to exit the level, a lot of them. So, even though I'm saying these are IM modes, really when I mean they're IM modes, I mean I'm just completing it 100%. And at that time, we're basically just going to claim that it was finished and stop it, kind of like I did with Principal. So that's basically the idea behind it, is that I'll deal with everything, but after I am done with everything and can't complete the level using a level exit, I'll just claim it's done, and that will be the end of the level. So, yeah, kind of sad that we can't really I-mode it by going to a level exit, but we'll do as close as we can. And like I said, at this time, they're not really made to be that much of a challenge anyway, so that doesn't really matter. Anyway, there's also a book in this level. However, the book does not work. We're not going to actually be able to read the book, sadly. So that's a shame. Actually, let me go into my Thief the Dark project, because we do have the str file, which is the book file. And basically, it just tells us, Garrett, have fun, tells. So, yeah, that's basically what we'd be missing. If for some reason it's not working, the book, but that's all it would have really have told us. And beyond all that, there is, even though the guard walks around carrying the light, it doesn't affect the light gem. Yeah, that's kind of the big problem about this at the time, is that even though we have a guard walking around carrying the light, and it's a nice little gimmick, the problem is it doesn't really work in terms of functionality, because you can't even see it on the light gem. So it's kind of unresponsive and kind of variable. It could be frustrating if actually used in real tenses. That's kind of why it's kind of limited to these little test demos at the time. And Tells feels that this is not implemented in the Thief engine, so there was no real way to get it working. However, he did get the guard to see you when you're in front of him and enter the circle of light. Due to just a basic vision of, how the guard could see you. It's like spherical night vision. Someone did, suggest adding a dead fire elemental to the guard's belt, but the problem with that idea is that fire elementals actually use the exact same thing that Tells did here, so really there was no better way to get the solution at the time than this. This is basically a fire elemental guard. Has the light of like a fire elemental idea kind of walking around, but a lantern instead. So basically, a fire elemental, when it comes towards you, it does not affect the light. Does not actually affect their seeing. Have like go into darkness and have a fire elemental patrol near you, and the fire elemental won't even really see you. So yeah, that's kind of the thing, is that a fire elemental actually doesn't affect their ability to see you at all. So it's a shame. And I just got disconnected. I believe I have it set up though, so my video will continue. So, yeah, that is one little feature that I added to my stream, was that my video would continue even if I got disconnected from Twitch. So I believe this will be one solid video piece, even though Twitch, sadly, will have that drop off right there for whatever reason. And surprisingly, Twitch actually warned me this time that I had to reconnect, which is surprising because lately it's been telling me that I can't. Of course, now it's giving me 0 kilobytes per second output rating. I don't know what's going on with Twitch. It's really acting up. Huh. Not liking this, people. I think, yeah, this is probably very inconvenient. Yeah, I'm just trying to let it catch up because I know after like a few of these, eventually it like kicks up and will start working. You just got to give it time. So, yeah, a bit inconvenient. And I don't know what's going on technically with Twitch right now. It's still in the red for whatever reason and dropping a lot of frames. I don't know what's going on, why it does this randomly. It'll just go from working, and there we are. It's working now. So, I don't know what just happened, why it did that. Like I said, they'll go for long periods of time working, and then all of a sudden randomly do that. I'm assuming that's an issue on Twitch's part. Maybe it's an issue with my output. I don't know. But in any event, the workaround now has been made with the video. So that way now we're not losing parts of the video. Otherwise you'd be losing my commentary right there, now wouldn't you? Now we'll actually finally be seeing full videos recorded at once, if I'm correct. I believe this should be going on the same video. And if I check, it says that it's been going for 13 minutes. Wait, what? I'm quite confused at this. Let me check my own video. Hello again, people! With this level. So, oh, no. My mistake. That was actually a previous recording. I'm getting confused myself. So yeah, that one's just basically saying it's still recording and it's on the same one. My mistake, people. I just had to check that, make sure everything was going on. Anyway, so I'm getting less drop frames now. Things seem to be working finally. So I'm going to assume that everything's going and start the level. Now that everything is going on functionally. So we're going to load it up. And one last thing I should note, while I'm getting the last few things set up, is that I have Thief the Dark Project loading this one up. I'm actually going to be using Thief the Dark Project for any non-DromEd levels, since DromEd only is included with Thief Gold. Particularly because of compatibility reasons, because this stuff was made before Thief Gold existed. As I said, this was May of 1999, and we're talking, Thief Gold was like November of 1999. So around then, I'm probably going to jump to Thief Gold and actually use Thief Gold officially, but until that time, there could be levels that have compatibility issues, and I know for a fact there's actually 1 or 2 levels that have compatibility issues that prevent you from completing the level because of it. And so it kind of stinks if you happen to be using Thief Gold and get that kind of issue. So, by using the original Thief the Dark Project, which nobody usually uses, I'm going to be able to actually see what the levels kind of would have been like at the time. And maybe be able to, get around whatever compatibility issues might have existed come the time of Thief Gold. That's the idea, at least. So, all that aside, let's actually play the game. Go load it up. It says default mission, which is convenient. Just a little extra feature, just showing the default mission. Okay. It says goal number 0. Repeat them for more goals. You must create the goals in DromEd to get this working. And that's basically your objective. And the only other second objective that really this level's talking about is when you go into your objectives, you get your simplified objective. And this is goal number 0 for in-game display. Steal the Scepter. And yeah, that's really the only idea of a goal that we have here is to steal Bafford's Scepter. And that goal does not check off even when you do steal Bafford's Scepter. So yeah, there's really no way to complete this level. It's just come here, check it out, check the level, and finish the game. Like I said, it even said that I had a bug with trying to complete it, so we're just going to play through it check it out. The Alt, so you can actually see something. So you could see it too instead of just me. And we're going to wander around. Over here we have a book, but as was said, we can't read it. Plus, I already told you what the contents of the book said. Basically, hi Garrett or something. And there is our lantern guard. He basically walks around, as you see, he happens to have a light around him. So, yeah. But, if I walk behind him, you'll even see.
Noise.
The light gem is not affected.
Don't see anything now.
Otherwise, the light would be a lot better than this. But, if I come from his front, he will see me. Like
something
this.
There.
As you see, he's able to see you. Greetings for dummies, anyway. And that's awesome. My guard! But as you can see, he can see me even in darkness. He kind of got alerted to me somewhat because of my angle. And then when I walked straight at him, he started trying to murder me. So, yeah. He's quite angry at me. Now I shall reload this and we shall actually play the mission proper now that we've actually seen how the lantern guard works in action. I don't think we need to read anything back there. Can't read anything back there anyway. So, we have one guard over here. Wonder, can I skip past this guy without causing any alerts? We don't have any resources, by the way, besides our blackjack. And there was no any other differences on difficulty levels. So, apparently, you know, he didn't even set up difficulty levels. It'd be based on the amount of health you have. Can you see me?
Someone there?
Nope, far enough apart from them.
Just the wind.
So that means I can knock out Lantern Guard.
No.
Now, when you knock him out, you will notice that his light still remains. You pick him up. Look at that. You can carry around a lantern. That's a little hack for you. Just basically a lantern you can carry around. It does not generate light anymore, though, for whatever reason. Kind of weird. And it's like twitchy as you walk around with it. This is a very early version of the lantern, definitely. You know, lantern guards or whatnot that they use later on a lot. This became like a popular thing in fan missions, but this is what the original one was like before people could figure out how to use it. And yeah, this one would have been a lot more frustrating had it been in the actual level, that's for sure. Because it's so hard to read when you're seen by this guy or not. But in a large room, you can easily walk around them. Anyway, now for the super stealthy way to get around this guard.
Someone behind me?
I got my scepter! Haha! That was awesome. However, sadly, as I said before, this goal does not check off. So, it's possible to complete the mission by using that. We also have a map this time around, as I said. And it tells us we have two targets. I don't really know what targets are. Are they the Scepter and the Guard? I'm not really sure. The weirdest thing is that what looks like the corridor is at the bottom. Then there's like the room area, but everything that's actually on the map that's labeled is not in the level. It's more like a template than anything really for how the level works. But the oddest thing is that we even have a label for a zombie. Targets, zombie. And the oddest thing is we don't even have a zombie in this map. So yeah. Definitely a random map just kind of thrown in there to be like a template for maps. And doesn't even fit in terms of this level, as I said. That, I'm guessing, is the elongated part of the map, and this might be the room, but the rest of it doesn't even make any sense. And even then, these rooms don't really fit in geometry to all that. So, we have this one guard. How are we going to get around him? Well, he's facing too close to a wall. We could try and walk down here, but he'd probably see me. So,
Who goes there?
that's how we do it. Now we just lure him out.
Okay, you Taffer. I'll find you.
Most likely, he's going to just walk back to his post, not caring. And there we are. Pathetically easy. Just jump once. And he'll easily give up the search right as he starts coming out of his little hidey hole. And there we are. the buddy system. Now you guys can guard the lantern together. Keepers of the lantern, or whatever you may want to call it. Anyway, we went back for Scepter. You can hop around like randomness. Not that we can really do much in here. Anything else we really have not yet gone over? As far as I'm aware. Jump around some more. Back this torch. But that's about it, people. This level's kinda empty. There's really just not much to do in it. These are the early demo levels before they really started actually adding playability. Like I said, it was just kind of added as a placeholder, intended just to kind of be a thing made for other levels to kind of really work on. So, yeah, this level intentionally has good old beyond the interesting lantern guard even to make it that much interesting. You just hop around, knock out 2 guards, and win the level. Not that you can really win it, but you can wander around aimlessly in it. And yes, it's like a Groundhog on February 2nd. He came out, he saw his shadow, well, he saw these shadows, and then he turned around and tried hiding in his hole. Luckily, there was a groundhog catcher nearby who could blackjack him. Anyway, I think it's kind of pointless to wander around the empty level. Plus, we basically did the objective anyway. It said we stole the Scepter. So what I'm going to do now is level skip to basically complete the level. Since even the README said that we could not complete the level normally. So, that was our IM mode right there. 4 minutes and 11 seconds. Found 0 loot out of 0 because there was absolutely no loot in this level that I'm aware of. 0 backstabs. 2 knockouts. And there was only 2 guards, so that's all we could have knocked out. We dealt 2 damage, the 2 knockouts, and took 0 damage and healed 0 damage, thankfully, because we had no healing potions. We did not kill anyone or anything, and that's about it. Yeah, let's continue. And we're back to the main menu area, because that was it. Anyway, I thank you all for watching. That was a rather simplistic, basic, quick level, but yeah, that's what a lot of these early levels kind of were. So, I shall see you all next time. I thank you for watching. Netsus, thank you for visiting me for this little bit of time. Definitely also have you around. And I know definitely you've experienced your time with all these early levels, so it's definitely fun to goof around in here. Anyway, I shall see you all next time. Thank you for watching.